Oh, God. Oh, I'm tired. Whew. Tired, man. Whew. I'm tired, man. I am so tired of this LeBron James and Michael Jordan argument that's going on. Who's the GOAT? Like, what are you all arguing about? It's it's a it's a horrible argument. Mm, mm. Oh, oh, I'm so tired of it. It's, what are y'all talking about? How is LeBron James even in the GOAT conversation right now? But I get it. I see why y'all are trying to argue, even consider LeBron James as the GOAT. I get it. Because see, like, they say before you can walk, you gotta know how to crawl. And before you run, you gotta know how to walk. So I get it. Y'all like we at the run part and the logic that y'all running don't make no sense. And so I'm sitting here like, well, I can't just hop in at the running part because they not running right. Y'all not even running the right argument with the right people. So it's like, oh, maybe I need to take it back to the walking. It's like apparently maybe y'all messed up with the walking part. So let's stop running. Whew. Can we stop running? Let's walk. Let's go back to walking. Apparently, there were some techniques wrong with how we walk through the logic. Let's walk back. Just let's take it back. Okay. You know, I thought it was bad when you all tried to compare and make Kobe out to be the GOAT. There's people still running around here thinking Kobe's the GOAT. And I was thinking at that point in time, how can Kobe be the GOAT? Like, and it was a who's better, Kobe or Jordan? And I was just like, y'all are actually trying to compare Kobe with Jordan? I mean, it made sense because everybody wanted to deem Kobe Bryant Michael Jordan 2.0, but like, and then right there is where I realized the fallacy in the logic. Because for one, Kobe can't be better than Jordan. Let's see here. Let's start out with this. Um, I'm gonna start off and end with this. Honestly, it's a real simple argument for why Kobe can't be better than Jordan. Okay, it has to do with the GOAT conversation itself. Who in the GOAT conversation did Kobe have as competition during his, championship run reign? Or better yet, basically, who did Kobe have in the GOAT conversation as competition? Now, the only answer, honestly, is Tim Duncan. But see, I'm gonna have to catch y'all at like crawling to get you all to even understand, because I never hear you all say Tim Duncan's name. With the same amount of rings and only one less than Jordan, winning them from the beginning part of his career to the tail end as a contributing player. I ain't talking about he was sitting on the bench like Gary Payton. I mean, Gary Payton's my boy, but like, let's keep it a buck. I ain't talking about him, I think Tracy McGrady pulled that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hate on y'all. I'm just saying. Just saying. So that's the only person really Kobe had to compete with during that time. I say Tim Duncan. He caught Jordan at the end of his career. So that doesn't count. It's beautiful karma though. I did love that part. I did love seeing Kobe do up Jordan and surpass him. It was like the pure definition of karma. But who would you say that Kobe had to conquer? Who? There's nobody that's going to go into that conversation in modern day outside of LeBron, who shouldn't even be in it. Whew. But see, and then I started to see, like, oh, okay, so Kobe got the rings, and he's got all of the specs of Jordan, basically, except that the only spec Jordan doesn't have. I mean, the only spec Kobe doesn't have that Jordan has, basically, is that defensive player of the year. There's a lot of things that just kind of make Kobe not be able to. But the funny thing about Jordan getting that defensive player of the year is basically after that year, for the most part, when Pippen showed up, Jordan never had responsibilities like that on defense anymore. Jordan went from playing the number one scoring option on the other team to guarding the number three scoring option in the league, sitting off of the ball, playing the passing lanes. That became Scottie Pippen's job once he showed up. Kobe Bryant never had that. From start to finish, Kobe Bryant was the number one defensive option when it came to the perimeter. Hands down. I think maybe he got an aging Artest near the end of his career, and Artest played some real good defense out there on the perimeter because Artest was a beast, but Artest ain't Pippen. That's the only spec you could argue about with Kobe. But outside of that, yeah, there's not really much on his resume that's competing with Jordan. And then I started to realize, okay, so that's walking. We done walked it back to just what y'all are trying to do. Like, it's just crazy. Like, now we got the LeBron James stuff going on. Y'all just hopped over Tim Duncan. I don't know why. But y'all tried to do this with Kobe. And I was tired then. I was a little younger then, so I had a little bit more energy, a little bit more stamina. I could deal with that one. Whew. But then I started to realize where y'all went wrong walking. Because y'all was trying to have a debate about who's better, Kobe or Jordan, as though that's going to decide who the GOAT is. And then I started to realize, oh, I see why they running like they got vertigo. Because they walking like they got vertigo. How did y'all get to Jordan being the GOAT again? I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, so Jordan started winning championships at the tail end of his career. Got six rings. Ain't nobody hating on that. You can't hate on that. It's not Bill Russell. But I mean, 6 rings, that's what, that's second place. How long did it take Jordan to win those rings? Let's see here. 6 years Jordan won championships. I like how y'all say that too. Y'all say 6 for 6, but the way y'all need to say it is Jordan only made it to the finals 6 years in his championship. I mean, Jordan only made it to the finals 6 years in his whole career. He made it to the championship game only 6 times. That's actually not good. LeBron, like, Jerry West made it to the finals more than that. He only won one, but he made it to the finals 9 times. What? How many years did Jordan play? Jordan played for like almost 20 years. He only made it to the finals 6 times. I don't even think I'm saying that strong enough. He only made it to the finals 6 times. See, when I say it like that, he only made it to the finals 6 times. It's like I'm saying it like he had one of those Reggie Miller careers where he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals dang near every year, or like he had one of them Patrick Ewing careers where it's like, man, dude just kept making it to the Eastern Conference Finals but couldn't get over the hump. No, 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 no. Jordan made it to the final 6 years, and the other 12 years weren't competitive outside of the one that they got bounced by the Orlando Magic, which you all still make an excuse for. That baffles me to this day. He was coming back off of his gambling suspension. I mean, his retirement, and he was out of shape. Never mind the fact that the dude was dropping like 55 on the Knicks right before they got bounced by the Magic. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah. And outside of that, he was getting bounced in the first round. How many years that dude get bounced in the first round, and like maybe the second? Like what's it, like 6 or 7 years? Basically, as many years as it took for Pippen to show up on the team. Woo, it's funny. Oh, and Pippen is also 6 for 6. So like, there's somebody else that's done something Jordan's done. What, man? Like, this dude played for. That's not even 50% of Jordan's career that he made it to even the Eastern Conference Finals. That's pretty low. And I was like, oh, so this is the part. This is the walking part that's messed up. But that has to do with the crawling. And I look at like film of y'all crawling. I'm sitting here looking at y'all running, and that's just tiresome to observe. I'm looking at y'all running logic now, and it's like, oh my god, that's so tiring. And then I then took it back to how y'all walking. So now I see how y'all got to the running logic, and then I'm like, okay, that don't make no sense. And so it's like, well, let me see what y'all was crawling like. Oh, and that's where the argument is. This is where y'all was crawling like. How exactly did Magic get taken off of the summit top peak of the GOAT conversation? How did that get given to Jordan again? Like, even that logic. See, I'm seeing why we can't assess LeBron James or even Kobe, or even Tim Duncan, because it just went so with Jordan. It just went like it just kind of got silly. All right, so again, Scottie Pippen 6 for 6. That's one thing I could say somebody else has done that Jordan's done. No, I can say that all-time scoring titles, and he does have the most scoring titles. Okay, that could be done again. Hasn't been done yet. Kudos, gotta take my hat off to him, but that could be done again. You know what? Ain't gonna be done again. The stuff Magic did. let's see here. Jordan played for like what, like 18 years or something? I don't know. Made it 6, which is less than 50%. And then we got Magic over here who played for like what, 12 or 11 years and made it to the finals 9. But see, that ain't even good. I ain't say that strong enough. I say he played for 12 years, but we got to really actually think about that. So we know one of them years was just him coming back out of shape, not even Magic, when he was fighting HIV. So really, whatever it is, if it's 11 or 12, you take 1 year away because that's not a competitive year. That come on, that don't count. If we gonna do that, then I'm gonna count Jordan in that Wizards uniform. Y'all wanna do this? And then the other year, so that's 1 year we can kind of take off. Then there was a year where Magic had a career-ending injury, so that wasn't a competitive year. Magic won a ring without Kareem. Jordan didn't win no rings without Pippen. So what? Now we got 11 years, maybe 10. Magic went to the finals 9. That means Jordan almost got bounced in the first round or the second round more than Magic won championships. Let me say that to you all again. Jordan got bounced in the first round or second round about as many times as Magic made it to the finals. That's astounding. And of the 9 times he made it, he won 5. The man played for what, 10 competitive years and made it 9. Basically, outside of him having a season-ending injury or coming back from retirement 50, 60 pounds overweight, fighting HIV, outside of those 2 factors, Magic was in the finals. Oh, and when he was in the finals, he was competing against other people in the GOAT conversation. What people in the GOAT conversation did Jordan beat once he got in his heyday? Yes, you beat Magic, what, like his last year in the league after his career had came to an end. Never beat Larry. Larry just gave you that work. How is LeBron James better than anyway? Woo! Anyway. Man. Larry Bird retires. Magic retires. Kareem retires. Dr. J gone. Like, who's around? Clyde Drexler? Drexler ain't in the GOAT conversation. Drexler was a baller, man. Drexler was nice. Charles Barkley? Barkley's not in the GOAT conversation. Barkley, nice. Top 50 player. Karl Malone and John Stockton? Karl Malone, nice. John Stockton, nice. But they ain't in the GOAT conversation. Magic had to go against Isaiah Thomas, who they put second behind him as the best point guard of all time. I think, I mean, John Stockton and Isaiah Thomas is a good argument. But either way, and Bird was around. Bird's in the GOAT conversation. There's a strong case for Bird being the GOAT. Bird could go up to Magic and say, hey, bro, you're not winning a championship this year. I can do that. And likewise, Magic could be like, hey, bro, I'm winning it this year. You can't have it. You know, how long it take Jordan to make it to a finals? What, 7 to 8 years? How long it take Magic to make it to a finals? Let's see here. It took Magic one. And as a rookie, he won it and got finals MVP. Y'all see that being done again? Do you? I don't. I don't think there'll ever be another rookie finals MVP again. I don't know. I mean, it might be, but I don't know if there's ever going to be a player to come into the league with a swag on auto drip, not manual. Jordan ain't come to the league with his drip on manual. Jordan came into the league with his drip on auto drip already, and he hadn't even like made it out of the first round. It's like they was crowning Jordan the GOAT like his second year. Like what? It was like the argument was over once Jordan got into the league or something. It's like, dude, what? I mean, when he won that defensive player of the year, yeah, man, it's like, okay, man, that Jordan was nice. That was the gold chain Jordan. That Jordan was nice, but like, it's like he was the GOAT already and he hadn't even made it to a finals. What's wrong with y'all? See, that's crawling. Now we done took the logic back to crawling. And I'm noticing that y'all was crawling on your back. You don't crawl on your back. You crawl like, you know what I'm saying, with your belly to the ground, and you know you crawl. I'm starting to realize y'all with your Jordan logic, y'all was crawling like on your backs. Like what? y'all logic been messed up since the beginning. Oh my gosh, and the whole world goes with you all along on it. Magic came in, drip, auto, couldn't even turn it off. Magic couldn't turn his drip off if he wanted. Oh, and there's this argument. There's this other argument, which is silly, and it's that Jordan's better than Kareem, which I could see that one. That Kareem's better than Jordan, but I get it. But see, then that one loses logic too, because see, there's a little bit of walking and crawling fallacy right there too, because man, it's crazy how stacked the argument has been made against Magic. See, in order to take Magic out of the GOAT conversation winner, you hear people say stuff like Magic wasn't even the best Laker of all time. Well, who was? Jerry West? Is that who y'all saying? That's who y'all about to say, right? Jerry West, right? The logo? Nope, y'all don't even say that. Y'all be saying Kareem. So in an argument about championship rings, y'all are gonna say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is better than Magic? We're talking about the GOAT conversation. I think we can all agree that the GOAT conversation is basically about rings. So for example, who's the greatest center of all time? Personally, I think it's like, well, Bill Russell, because that's the undisputed GOAT in my mind. I in my heart want to make it Magic. You know what I'm saying? But Magic probably gonna be 2. In the real world, where people knew how to crawl first, then walk, then run, you got Bill Russell up at the top. Bill Russell got too many rings for his fingers. He got one on his toe. Yeah, but then people say Magic wasn't even the best Laker of all time. And I think they're talking about Kareem. I think they're talking about Kareem. I think people trying to say Kareem is the greatest Laker of all time. Well, how can that be? We talking about GOAT. We've already made the GOAT conversation be contingent upon championships and rings. How? How? How can Kareem be better than Magic? Let me let me say this in a way that might help you all understand like how silly it is. Okay, here. Y'all ready? A player who only had one ring before Magic Johnson, yet had five after Magic Johnson came, is better than Magic Johnson. Not making much sense either. I'm going to say it again. A player who only had one ring, that's what this conversation, the GOAT's conversation is based off of rings, right? So, a player who only had one ring before Magic Johnson and ended up with five after him is better than Magic Johnson. That don't sound strong enough. Let me say it this way. A player who was not even going to be eligible for the GOAT conversation with only one ring is better than the guy who expedited him into the GOAT conversation. Kareem didn't even win his one and only championship with the Lakers. Pretty sure. Or maybe he did. It don't even matter. You had one. Man, you had all that. That sky hook was nice. That's probably one of the best offensive moves ever. Oh, man, you were a bucket. Oh, man. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had that D. The dude was just nice. With one ring. Mm. Oh, MVPs. Is the conversation about MVPs? Is the conversation about all-time scoring, or is the conversation about rings? Anyway, man, so yeah, I just had to walk you all, crawl you all back with this logic a little bit. Just kind of chill out with the eccentric thought. Let's just look at the numbers. Look at who LeBron had to beat. LeBron lost to people that he was supposed to beat. Let's not Bojang. LeBron James lost finals where he was the favorite. Shout out to my boy Dirk. Shout out to my boy Jason Kidd who needed to win him a ring. Kobe, who did Kobe? The Celtics, I mean, you know, they was nice. Ain't nobody on that team in the GOAT conversation. And, you know, like what, like the Magic was good and I, there were no, like I said, Tim Duncan. That's about the best name. You can't really name anybody else. Any legends in the GOAT conversation that Kobe had to beat. I will admit that Jordan didn't beat none either, but he at least had to endure them. That's a real subtle way of me saying he had to wait until they got done winning championships before he could start winning some. Magic had to beat all of the GOATs that was around. He had to deal with all of the GOATs that was around. Magic came onto a team with one of the GOATs and said, "Hey, you know this is my team now, right?" And like the smart man that Kareem was, he was like, "Here go the keys, bruh." Hey, but do me a favor though. When I get hurt in the finals and I can't play, um, and you got to play center, like actual center, like not this crap that's going on today, like this small ball center, where the center is like a tall power forward or something, or tall small forward. No, 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 no. When I get hurt and you have to actually play center, man, dog, please have my back. And he did. Mm. Y'all need to go do y'all research, boy. Anyway, man, yeah, I was real tired, man. Sorry, I was real tired in the beginning. I done caught my breath now, but yeah, I was just hearing this LeBron James and Jordan conversation go back and forth, and I'm just like, wow. And I had to figure out, like, okay, oh, I see where it is. You guys skipped over the fact that Magic is better than all of these people. Deuces.